Preparing live stream. Yay. Okay.
Do you see us live there?
Yes,
Okay,
we are.
here we go.
We are live. It should be.
Test. Okay, good.
Test.
Well, welcome, folks. My name's David. This is Erica, another edition of the Ripple Effect. And we have a special guest today, Gail Nott, who a very timely guest based on where we're going with our earlier broadcast, Quantum Leap, which I'll tell you about. But Erica, if you don't mind just doing a little introduction and check in and tell us a little bit about Gail Nott too.
Gail Nott is such a cool colleague and friend of mine. I'm so excited to have you on here today on the fly. Like 15 minutes ago, she's like, sure, I'll come on. So thank you for coming to be with us today, Gail. And you do so many amazing things for business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. And I'm so excited to hear what you want to say about what's your latest focus. And I appreciate you for coming on, both of you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, before I let Gail tell her story, I'll just add that she is a thought leadership and diversity coach. Sorry, I got a phone. I'm going to put it on silent here. Who helps impact entrepreneurs attract aligned clients through their message and purpose. She coaches business leaders to uncover powerful insights, their expertise, experience, and wisdom that reveal their authentic voice. So, she's married to Corey Knott, who my longtime co-host on Quantum Leap, and we've had her on Quantum Leap before, and they've created this amazing platform called Lift that has a lot of these resources for solopreneurs, and we'll put that link in the chat, and if you have any other links or updated events or materials that you want to share, Gail, feel free to put them in the chat, but we'll let you do an introduction a little bit, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this project that we're kind of all collaborating on, so to speak, after that, if we have time. So,
welcome,
yeah,
Gail.
sure. You, Gail, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
If you don't mind just sharing a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur and what you're offering with your new, some of your new offerings, and also if you don't mind saying a few words about Lyft, which is also currently available as well.
Sure. I started out as a business owner, technically first as a freelancer. I was a web programmer, and I would move from job to job, different contracting jobs. And that was late 90s to early 2000s. The dot crash happened, and I just wanted to get out of the industry. Became a massage therapist, opened up a wellness center, grew that until the next recession. I was a little burnt out from running a center. And I worked with a coach to figure out, well, what did I really love about running the center? And my favorite thing was the marketing, was getting the word out. And social media was this big hot thing. And I decided to go all in on social media. And I did social media strategy and social media management starting in, what year was that? 2009, 2010. And did that until my husband, Corey, wanted to partner up with our business coach to open up a branch of her business in Oakland. So I joined him. I still had my social media business on the side, but was really focusing on growing the business coaching business. We did that for 5 years, branched off and started our own business. It's funny how once you're a business owner, you always want to be a business owner. Maybe you'll work with someone for a little while. Maybe you'll contract with someone for maybe a few years, but eventually you're called to do your own thing. So we did our own thing. And I always liked marketing. I was always drawn to marketing that was more personal, that really showcased someone's values and what they believed in. It just worked better because you attract the right kind of client, the clients that are aligned with your values, the clients that believe in what you do, that they know that you can help them. And instead of the type of marketing that's like, here's why I'm better or buy my product. I was never interested in that kind of thing. During the pandemic, I ended up joining a Toastmasters club called Entrepreneurship Toastmasters. And it's focused on Filipino women being able to share their stories and, of course, improve their speaking skills and communication skills. But I realized that marketing can be so much more deeper than just sharing what's unique about you. You could really go into storytelling and make an impact, not just in your client's life, but in your community and your world. And with the climate that we're in now, we need more good people sharing good things out in the world. And it's all about helping your fellow neighbor, helping your fellow friend, even if you may disagree a little bit. If you believe in the commonality of goodness and loving each other, that's what's important. And I want to help more people, more business owners, be able to share their message of hope, of helping each other. And by doing that, they're going to attract their ideal clients anyway. So who can I help who has this big purpose, this big message that they want to share in the world, and you just don't know how to get it out there? That's what I can help them with that background in social media, with a background in marketing and business coaching. But really, it's about storytelling and getting to the heart and leading with your heart.
Great. Yeah. And we were just setting it up on the last broadcast about this new collaboration called Solopreneur, where you're actually the marketing person of the duo. I know Corey is very knowledgeable about marketing too, but you do more of the social media stuff than he does. And I remember some early segments I did when I first got into B&I and met you guys. You guys had just gotten an award from the Oakland Chamber of Commerce, and you were working out of the Claremont Hotel, and we got some great photos and segments of you over at that Claremont Hotel, which I really miss over there. You know, everything really got shaken up during COVID, so I think, you know, as business owners, we got to kind of shake up our businesses as well, you know, during these times. So Gail's a great person to talk to about how to kind of reinvent your business, how to reorientate, because we are in a much different climate now than we were, you know, before COVID hit, during COVID, pre-COVID. So I'll let Erika make a few comments and do the. I know you had some more things you wanted to ask Gail as well, Erika.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a bunch of questions, but just I want to acknowledge you for what you and your partner have created with Lyft. It's a great way for people to come together and mastermind their business and think tank and troubleshoot, and then, you know, people graduate from it because they've seen such great results. I appreciate the way you work with us, and it has a very different flavor than you know, it's taking into account all the person and all of our different character and strategy. So I love that way you work, and I myself have personally benefited from getting to work with you, Gail. So tell us more about what you're looking for right now for who you want to work with. Who is your sweet spot ideal business or solopreneur, entrepreneur that you want to work with?
I'm looking for that business owner who, as I mentioned, has that bigger message. Maybe they look at their industry or their profession in a different way that needs to be known. People need to know more about this. If more people knew about this could save lives, save money, bring our community together. And they're drawn to maybe speak about it, to write about it, and they're just looking to amplify that message out there. So I'm going to start out with a series of small classes as to introduce the work. The first class will be uncovering your unique story. So creating that compelling origin story that positions you as a thought leader. So that'll be the first class. The second class will be their ideal clients and the messaging framework to attract their ideal clients. as well as make an impact in the world. I don't think you have to separate the two. I think that's really important. I think you could do both. You can make a difference in the world and grow your business.
Mm.
The third class from that will be crafting your signature story. So what's that main story? That's going to be the through line. As you develop your origin story, your audience and messaging framework, and then what's the signature story? From there, if people want to continue, we could look at different platforms to share about. I think, Erika, I was talking to you about, was I talking to you about Substack at all? Substack is now my favorite social media platform. It is the social media platform for thought leaders. So I'm really excited about it. I'm going all in on Substack. Even if you're not necessarily going to be a writer or a speaker, but you're looking for a different social platform that cuts out the noise, I highly recommend Substack because it's not run on ads, and you can highly curate who you're following. So you're not going to be inundated with messages that you don't need to see.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll
Very
have to
cool.
check that out.
And I
Yeah.
personally have been benefiting from your writing groups. So I'm so glad you're creating specific classes now so people can
Yeah,
play.
because I have Lift, which was more of a general business coaching program. And we're adding in a writing co-working hour 4 days a week. And then we're also adding a writing accountability coaching call. So that's an addition. So someone who is a Lyft member gets access to all of that now.
Nice. And then accountability. Wow.
Yeah, I'll just say that, I mean, Gail really if you're an entrepreneur who struggles with marketing, she can give you a ton of great ideas and help you really come up with kind of a plan on how to market your business based on, this purpose and your why and your story. So her and Corey are the ones who helped me do all that, and they kind of taught me how to do it. But I think that's something that's so needed out there in the landscape of solopreneurs, that people are leaving what I call kind of a low hanging fruit on the table. And we're going to include that in our solopreneur project, and, some excerpts from what you say and some links to you, Gail. So I'll just, I haven't used Substack at all. I've heard it is impactful. But is that kind of a platform for showcasing your blog, or what do you like so much about Substack?
Right.
What
Originally, I thought it was just a newsletter platform. And then when I saw you can also subscribe or support a writer, I thought, oh, it's kind of like Patreon. It's a combination of Patreon and Substack and a newsletter. But now they have a private podcasting option. So if you wanted a public or private podcast, you could put it there. If you want a private or public video channel, you could put it there as well. Now, I still recommend the other platforms. YouTube is still good for SEO, to be found on search. Other social media platforms are great for being found in the general audience. Substack are for your real fans, your true followers, people who want to go deeper into your work. And they can there's so many ways you can do this. You can publish free, you could charge a fee, you can have tiers, so some of it's free, and then my birds are starting to get a little excited about Substack like I am. And they're just exciting. So there's the you have so many options. You could publish for free, you can make different tiers if you'd like. But it's become a platform for thought leaders. If you look at my Substack subscriptions, it's probably a combination of liberal politics, maybe a little bit of moderate politics, writers, a few marketers, not too many, but a couple of marketers, and maybe some parenting writers as well. And it's just exactly what I want to see. And then the people who comment, you can comment on these posts. And then I see people who are commenting, and you're able to have this deeper discussion with other people who have possibly have similar value sets. Now, I'm not saying to put your head in the sand and ignore what's going on in the news or ignore what's going on in the world, or definitely not saying ignore the other platforms to find this wider audience. But I find that Substack is an opportunity to go deeper. And I think that's what we need in this world is an opportunity to go deeper and have more of a critical mind around ideas and possibilities. So you don't necessarily have to believe everything you see online, right? But you can read a little bit more. What does this person really mean? You can comment, you can ask questions, but I'm really excited about this platform. And it's free. It's free to publish. You
That's
only
so cool.
Yeah, there's no ads, and you're only charged if you charge a subscription. And then they take, I think, 10% plus the credit card fee.
Very interesting.
I see the thoughts. The thoughts are bubbling there. Oh, and the reason why something to consider posting here versus the blog on your website, because of all the changes in Google's SEO algorithm, as well as in AI, it's so easy to just spit out content. It's harder for smaller websites to compete with Forbes, with Reddit, with the big media platforms that are out there. You could consider publishing on LinkedIn if your audience is more B2B. But what my strategy is going to be is I'm going to publish more surface level on LinkedIn, maybe more like a little bit of how to, but a little bit about the why, a little about the how to on LinkedIn. And then Substack gets my real why. Substack gets the full story. So here's why I'm so passionate about moving away from Meta. Here's why I'm so passionate about, I am sick and tired of seeing AI crap on LinkedIn. If I see another coach bragging how they made $1 million because they ran ad at $900,000, like I don't want to see any of that stuff anymore. So you're going to get that kind of information, that kind of feedback more on my Substack. And Substack's going to be my place where I can be a little bit more raw. I don't have to be as published. It's not a dissertation. It's not a published book. It's my thoughts. I saw someone post on Substack of the new brag is if you see typos in someone's post, because that means they didn't use AI.
Interesting. Yeah,
That's
you bring up a
the new bragging tool.
I'm glad that makes you laugh.
Well, I do think there is a proliferation in stuff that's not accurate. That the real danger is that, like, say 90% is fake out there, and if you're trying to do something based on like true principles or what's real, you need a platform that's kind of curated to have things that are actual based on, truth or kind of timeless principles, and not just a bunch of like marketing fluff or just, you see it all the time in like the fitness field or how to start a business, like just get in shape overnight, start $1 million business overnight, and it's like all for like marketing. It's like clickbait, but it's not based on like true stuff. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's that AI effect or the filter effect when it comes to personal branding is everyone's supposed to look polished and beautiful and perfect, or you're not successful. And so for me, Substack is an opportunity to get raw and real and ugly and not perfect, imperfect. And that's reality. It's not what I'm going to necessarily offer to a client. They're going to want to see a packaged program that has results, that gives them results. So they're not necessarily going to want me to experiment on them, but that's what this blogging platform can be, is where I can play and experiment.
I'm so excited for how your business keeps unfolding, Gail, and how you're taking your ship in this direction with branding for thought leaders. And, you know, I just can't wait to see who ends up playing with you and how you help them shine. And I know my business has really been helped by you and how you've helped me to step out and step forward and keep going. And,
Yeah.
thank you so much
Yeah.
for all
And
you.
thank you. And yeah, I've helped other clients before be able to step up and step out. I just want to do more of that. Like one of my clients got a book deal with McGraw-Hill. And one of my clients, at least one of them, there might have been more, was a TEDx speaker. Um, yeah, I just really believe in in the people who are willing to really get real and share what makes them so passionate about their business and not and willing to be different, willing to step away from the generic advice, which is a little challenging when you're just beginning, you're still trying to find your voice. So I hope that my programs gives a safe space for people to explore and uncover their real voice.
Ooh, beautiful. I'm
Yeah, well,
excited.
we are just about at time here. I don't know if you do have a link to your Substack or what the best
Sure.
places
Yeah,
are
they
for
can search for
people.
me on Substack at Gail Nott.
Okay.
The publication called Share Your Insights will be launching on March 7th on Substack, but they can at least follow me on Substack at Gail Nott. And then if they just want to send me a message on any of the social media platforms, they can try out my writing co-working hour for free for a week. And they get a marketing prompt, something that they can write about if they choose to, and a space where they can have accountability and focus time for writing.
Yeah, and are there certain types of businesses that you find you work well with, like coaches or um, I don't know, certain lines of business that kind of
Yeah,
gravitate towards you?
generally services, but I've met people who sell products too, who are thought leaders in their own way as well. So I think it's just someone who has something to say. They have something to say. They don't know exactly what it is yet or how to word it, and that's perfect.
Okay, great. Well, we'll put that link to you. I got your email too, LinkedIn, um, and just search for her on Substack to check that out. I'm gonna go on there and check out Substack as well. So, Erica, is there any closing message you have? Otherwise, we're gonna wrap up here because we're at time.
All right. I'm excited for you, Gail, and thank you for hopping on at such short notice. And thank you, David, my co-host. See you very soon.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for tuning in to the Ripple Effect. See you next week.